Singel in Havana is based on a style of beer known as the Singel, the Belgian Singel, because of the fact that it's Florida, it's hot. We wanted a beer that would be drinkable, low enough alcohol where people could enjoy a good quantity of it, and so that's what this is based on.
So we introduced Guava in, it's a kind of a concentrate that we get, and we use it in the fermentation process. So we actually put when the beer is fermenting out, when those sugars are being eaten by the yeast, we actually introduced the Guava about 2-degree Plato away from terminal gravity, or a couple days before the beer is actually fermented out. It was kind of an ambitious project to try to do something interesting with some fruits, and also try to do some local fruits or some tropical fruits because we're in Florida. So we came up with the idea of doing a seasonal fruit beer. And we started with, we did a passion fruit version of our wit beer, we did a raspberry version of our wit beer, as well as a strawberry version of our amber ale as well. This one has been kind of one of our most popular. Taking the Singel, that light, refreshing 4%-ish kind of beer, and putting that tropical fruit flavor in there has worked really well for us. One of the things that we try to do at Barrel of Monks is be as traditional and to style as possible. With that being said, the beer industry in general likes to do things with fruits. They like to do wood aging. They like to do off-the-wall culinary beers. So we wanted to be able to do that, but without going so much in the other direction. We didn't want to make a beer that tasted like a glass of fruit juice with a drop of beer in it. We wanted to make a beer with a hint of fruit. And I think that we struck a good balance there with Singel in Havana, with using that kind of guava, that tropical fruit flavor, but it is still a beer. It's still, you taste malt, you taste a little bit of the yeast, and that guava gives you that little bit of tropical fruit in the back end, and a really nice whiff of that kind of bouquet on the nose.
Singel is also called the Potter's beer, and it is not a well-known style in America, but it is really based on the fact that the monks who made beer in the monastery in Belgium often needed a beer to drink as they went through their workday, and so they needed they would brew a light, low alcohol beer that they could quaff all day long and enjoy without getting intoxicated, without feeling too drunk, and still feel refreshed. And that's what this is based on. The word Singel comes from the fact that there's this chain of names of beers that evolved over time from the Belgian Abbey styles: single, double, triple, and quadruple. Some say that really it's only the double and the triple are really true styles, but it depends on who you ask on that.
When you say Belgian Singel to people, they don't really know what you're talking about. And this is a really good introductory for it. And then people to say, oh, this is a style of beer that can be translatable. It's light and refreshing. A lot of people might consider this similar to like a Kolsch, or they might consider this to a light ale. Some people think that it actually has some lager qualities to it because of how clean and crisp it can be.
Right.
So it gives a chance for people that would normally not drink a full flavored Belgian beer to kind of open the door and see how vast an expanse that universe is.